Now then, people, good evening. Welcome back to another episode of White Rose Rivals. We should be joined shortly. I can hear that now as well.
I can hear it now.
Is my audio okay, people? Let me know in the chat, or is there like a little scratchy sound with it? Hal will be joining us, I think, at some point over in the Middle East, I believe, with Prince Abdullah. Prince Abdullah won't be on, but is there. And Kossi, as Ryan Powler Higgins says, the 10 out of 10, Kossi, should be joining us as well from the cricket pitch at some point. Of course, we've got listen, we've got to dig him out. Where the feck have Hull been? Because we've not seen any of you for the last 6 weeks while you've been shit.
It's very convenient, isn't it? No, it's been I couldn't come on because I usually have our PT gym sessions at this time of the week. Tom is now working at this time of the week, so Ryan that we got to come on for us is also got like rehearsals or something for what he's doing. So all the backups for the backups are now all taken as well. But I'm free today, so I'm here. I'll take the brunt of it for everybody.
Yeah, that's the full Hull supporters club as well.
Yeah. It's all three of us. So we've got nobody left.
Brilliant. Hull City, we'll talk about Joe Gelhardt as well. We'll have a catch up on that. There is an issue with it's just my mic. Fucking hell, maybe there is then. I'll have to have a play around with it. While we do, let's hear from Matt, because Matt, you weren't here last week. You were missed, my man. But you got a new manager. Talk to me, mate. How's that going?
Hey, going all right. Matt, I'm sure, was caretaker when Evans left. I think in 4 games. Four games, and we won 3, lost 1. But the one we lost was away at Stockport. We were a very, very good team away at Stockport. He got the job, and we've drawn 1, lost 1, or something like that. I think when he became permanent manager, I think what he was trying to do is different. I think he's now looking forward. Instead of just trying to get some results and trying to be positive, he's now working out what he wants to do next season. You know, who he's going to be here. Sort of give them the players that we know are rubbish. He's got to kind of work out if they're actually rubbish. So I think that's what we've seen the last couple of games. He's giving other people chances that don't deserve chances, but he's got to do it. And this season can't finish quickly enough. 2 more games. Let's get them over and done with. Bring on August.
Yeah, exactly. We've just been joined as well by Hal. Here he is.
Oh, can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can. We can, mate. Are you in? Where are you now in the world?
I'll tell you what. You'll never guess. I'm in Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Is that Wilder's league table behind you? You got it pinned up, Hal?
I have, yeah. So it's upside down though. A bit like me at the moment.
Big up for coming on though, mate, because how long you been travelling for now? What?
You have no idea. I'm sweating. I had to throw a pizza in the bin, which has made me actually sadder than recent football results. And I have been travelling for the last 2 days, but I'm here.
Wow. And you look very red as well, so you must be feeling the heat, eh?
That's because I had to run for quite a long half an hour, and it's 34 degrees.
That's fair. You're a good man, though. You're a good man for coming on. And
hey, look, you can't just sack it off like Hull do every week. You've got to be here.
Exactly. That's the
Fun,
truth,
guys. I'm off now.
Well, Hal, let's start there, mate. We've got to start. You mentioned it. It was confirmed, obviously, on Easter Monday with an emphatic 6-0 win for Leeds and a 2-1 win for Burnley, that you will be in the playoffs, coming towards the end of the season. So how are you feeling about that? Because historically, you don't do well in the playoffs like Leeds United.
I think the main thing to take from this is that Leeds United have celebrated by not mentioning anyone else. They've just made it all about them, and that's really important. You've got to enjoy your day and celebrate for Sheffield United.
You forget when Wilder got promoted, he went, "Them Muppets from Leeds," and actually called out Patrick Bamford directly. Do you remember that?
Forget. No, I do forget. You're right. You started the sentence correctly. I do forget that. So anyway, I'm pleased you all had your big anti-Wilder party, and maybe you can celebrate Leeds promotion another time. Who knows? Probably 2 seasons from now. Yeah, you know what? As soon as you beat Stoke in the manner that you did, I think we all knew writing was on the wall. But you know what? There's no better way to go up than the playoffs.
Yeah, but you're not going to, though, are you? That's the problem.
Well, you know, history's there to be rewritten. Brentford, you know, they took 9 attempts and they eventually did it. That would be the same for us. The last time we actually won at Wembley was 100 years ago this year. So it's written in the stars.
Listen, mate, I hope you do come up because I think you deserve it. And it's one less team to have to compete with for relegation because you'll be dead certs to go down because that's what you do. So I would prefer you to come up.
What we do, apart from the times we haven't done it, it is what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair enough. What's the mood like amongst the fan base, Hal, with Wilder? Because he did have a bit of a catastrophic drop-off. Plymouth fighting. I hate the fans, stop booing me players, or we keep losing. I mean, everyone were talking about Leeds having this falling apart, and you've won 1 in 5, I think. So if anyone's fallen apart, it's definitely the Blades, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the worst time to have your wobble, isn't it? But, you know, points are all the same at the end of the season. It's a shame it's happened at this time. I mean, you asked me what the mood's like. I have spent a total of about 10 minutes on the internet since our last game. So I would imagine that the mood, knowing Sheffield United fans and how sensible they are, it's probably fine. Everyone's probably fine.
Is it? Right, okay, so there is definitely an issue with my mic. I can keep hearing that. Someone says it sounds like I've got a duck in my room. I don't know what, like a little quack. Yeah, Hal, I wonder how your tweet went down. Do you remember your tweet with the table?
Do I remember my tweet? The thing that we based the whole show on last week? Yeah, I do, yeah.
Bookmark it.
Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I mean, the thing is, you got to recognise what Twitter is. And, you know, obviously the power I have is that I tell people to do something and they all do it. They all bookmarked it. Over 200 people did that. So obviously I'll be tweeting next about Sheffield United Ways Patreon and how you can support us. And I expect the same amount of people to do the same thing.
Yeah. And have you checked them that tweet since?
God, no.
No,
I haven't read a single thing. I haven't looked at any of the quote tweets. Could not care less. Only a bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You've got to back your own team.
You do.
You know, I mean, this is it. Like we're all in this to just support our team. So if I'm not going to say, oh, we've got no chance. And obviously Leeds and Burnley, which is what I thought, would go up automatically when I did that. Because of course it was looking that way. And I've been in football long enough to know that. But where's the fun in that? If you just say what everyone else is saying, you don't make yourself in any way, shape, or form interesting, and that's what you do on Twitter. It's all just for engagement, likes, and follows. And I think that was a bit of fun. I think most people recognise that. They probably knew I didn't really think it.
Yeah, exactly. How impressive were Leeds, though, panel? Let's talk about that for a second. To go out in what was I'm really sorry about this mic. It's doing my head in as well now. To go in what was like a must-win game, a lot of pressure attached to it. We played Stoke City and absolutely walloped them 6-0. Joel Pirro got a hat-trick within 30 minutes, got 4 in total. It was impressive. There's 2 games left. Obviously, Leeds hopefully will win the title. And, you know, how impressive was that, lads, if any of you want to actually give us some praise? I know it would be tough for you, that's all.
I think you have to give us a little bit of praise for giving them the worst game on Friday to say up, because we were awful and they weren't much better, but yeah, we were crap. Well, when you get a hat trick in, what was it, 14 minutes or something daft like that? Yeah, they just didn't even bother. They proper were on the beach, even though I think they were safe after the Friday's result. Yeah, you've got to give, as galling as it is, you've got to give props for a 6-0 win in a pressured game, because it was a pressured game, wasn't it? So I think Daniel Farke did well, and all the stuff that's come out after it, I think it's a bit unwarranted. But, you know, yeah, 6-0 win. Like you said, Joe, I don't want to give too much praise because, yeah.
Have we got the same headphones on?
To be honest, I think the feedback's coming from Ash, you know. Because now, wait there, stay muted, Ash. Because now I'm talking, I cannot hear that whatsoever. Can anybody hear that?
It's not Ash.
It's still there.
It's not
Is
Ash.
it? Oh,
How
so it's
dare
me.
you? How very dare you?
Shifting
Is it
blame.
definitely me?
I know. Shifting blame.
Are you sure it's me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I keep going on mute when I'm not talking.
Mate, I can hear it from Bahrain.
What is it?
You've just tried turning it off and on again.
Gonna give it
Give that a
bash.
go.
Gonna give it a bash. Oopsie. And you've got a lot of Leeds supporting friends, right? Family, maybe even.
Yeah, the ex's side of the family. Yeah.
Or is it the ex now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't go there anymore.
No, it's a couple of years ago, that mate. It's not a fresh
Oh.
thing. Yeah. No.
So how's it been for you, mate? Seeing that, obviously, there's a lot of Leeds fans in Hull as well.
Yeah, it's when Leeds are doing well. It's particularly, it wasn't so bad last season because we were semi decent, but this year, yeah, it's been quite tough because we've been absolutely gashed for the vast majority of it. But no, listen, like Leeds probably should have gone up last season. We knew they were probably going to go up this season. I think it was more of a when Leeds had that little wobble a few weeks ago, and you were thinking, oh, it might be coming again. And then they've somehow recovered and just absolutely smashed it out of the park. And it seems to be United that have sort of had that wobble and lost their way. But no, it's tough. It obviously is. As any other Yorkshire fan watching, when Leeds are going good, it's tough for everybody. We know it is because it's
been a long
loud.
time.
On social media, it is loud. So it has been tough. But look, you've got one of the best teams in the league, so it's hardly surprising. And £18 million on agent fees, was it?
A lot of that
Do you know
was
what?
tied to player sales and that, though, mate. If I'm
When
honest.
you look at that, though, it was interesting to see the top three and where the teams have finished in the league. And
Fourth was us down here.
It kind of does show, though, if you do have the money and you spend it wisely,
Yeah.
it yields results. It's a shame, but that's football now.
Yeah. Is that sorted now, folks?
God, no.
Oh, is it not?
Just some annoying voice instead now.
So it is sorted, yeah? Good. Buzzing with that. Must be the old trick of like you used to do and put it back in, and it seems to have sorted
It
it.
hasn't fixed it at all. I wasn't joking.
Oh, it hasn't. We just for fuck's sake.
I'm the only one giving you actual facts. I do it with football and I do it with microphones. You're welcome.
Everyone's saying it's okay now in the chat.
I can still hear it, and I'm wearing massive headphones.
Fuck's sake. Is it still there? Can you be serious now? I can't
Joe,
tell
really think about it. Why don't you just mute yourself? Do you really need to speak on this channel?
It has on the live. Okay, people can't hear the quacking anymore. This is important.
Great. It's just for me, just for my oral pleasure, which is actually similar to just taking it out, blowing on it, and sticking it back in.
Brilliant, man. I love that. Right, everyone said it sounds okay. Yeah, fuck knows. Mute me. Whoa.
It doesn't sound okay at all. Everyone's lying. People do this though, don't they? I remember when I started doing YouTube, people were like, "Hey, your mic's not working. Oh, someone's behind you," and stuff like that. Oh, they did it. It was a thing that happened for about 2 years. Fell for it every time. Do you want me to host, Joe, when you just sort yourself out? No worries. I've got this. So I think a lot of us can probably appreciate that sometimes it's not always the best team that gets promotion. And I think it's time that we talk about the teams that have really captured our hearts this season. That's, your Hulls, your Rotherhams, your Sheffield Uniteds. That's it. So go on, Joe, do you want to try it?
It's still there, and I'm muted, so I don't think it's me.
Well, we could do a little roulette. I mean, this is good. I like doing this live.
Let's do this.
I don't
Let's
think we
do
do
it.
this before the stream again. I think we do it live.
Yeah.
We do each one mute, speak, and we find out. It's probably me, although I do believe this was happening before I joined.
It was,
Right.
yeah.
So how do we do this, Hal? Can you?
Oh,
This
you
is
want me?
great
I'll
content.
I'll take charge. Yeah, why not? Ash, we know it's not you. Joe, we know it is you. Problem solved. Move on.
Sounds like,
me. People are saying it's not me. I think it might be Ant.
I'm a podcaster. Get out of here, don't I? And then going, we've had the votes in. It's not. It may be you. It's not you.
Do we all need to mute or what?
Right, I'll mute just for lols.
Okay. Is it still there, people?
Yeah.
Right. It's fucking me, innit? It's got to be.
Right, so you're going to do a test on one person.
Yeah, so I'm muted. I'm muted.
Right, is it still I can't believe it. Like the blind leading the blind. Is it still there?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it is, yeah.
Right,
still
and
there.
can you mute?
Yeah, Joe, you need to talk.
No, but Ant's not muted. Now he is. Right, is it there now?
Oh,
It's
big
not,
if
is it?
true. Big if true.
Ah.
They finally come back and they ruin everything.
So it wasn't me, was it?
Well,
Might be
let's not start making assumptions, Joe. I think we've all got to take a little share of the blame. We're a team. That's what
It
we do
was
in
Hull
Yorkshire.
all along, see? Traitors. Traitors.
sabotaging.
Yeah. Right, while you're not speaking, I'm going to mute you, Ant. Is that all right? Cheers. Right, okay.
Oh, listen to
Hull's
that. Isn't
Yeah,
that lovely?
sweet.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, there you go. It wasn't me. I knew it wasn't. I was starting to panic because this is like expensive, and I was thinking, oh no, my mic's gone. My mic's
No. And you did everything. You took the cable out, you blew on it, everything. You'd
Technical
exhausted all options. It was like, this is a nightmare. If that doesn't fix it, I'm going to have to give up YouTube. But thankfully, it was Hull.
Yes, exactly.
If in doubt, it's what we all say in Yorkshire, isn't it? If in doubt, blame Hull.
Brilliant, man. See, this is why people love this show. It's a fucking laugh.
People don't love this show, and one guy said the guy in the baseball cap. No one, people don't even know my name, Joe. You got to start putting the names back on here. How are people
I do
supposed?
that
How
once
am I supposed to build a brand if my brand is a baseball cap?
You could take your baseball cap off though and just be like,
That's
everyone
very
else.
good. That's good humour, Ash. I like that. I stuck up for you a little earlier.
Well, by not mentioning Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Touche.
There we go. There we go. Look, everyone's names are on the screen there, folks. All right, so you should be, you should be able to see that. Lee's apologised for calling you the man in the cap.
I don't
so
mind. I mean, look, I shaved all my hair off recently, and for reasons, and it hasn't grown back well. And am I worried about that? Yes, a lot. Losing sleep, probably not helping the situation. But here we are. Was it a bad decision? Maybe.
Mate,
Should
I
have
went
done
for
more
my
research?
haircut earlier on, and I had a wet shave with the towel and that. And Nike's doing it at the back, and I went, "Oh!" I said, "You cut us there," and he went, "No." Just carried on, right? And then he kept like putting this thing on. I thought, "You've definitely fucking cut me." And he ended up getting to the point. He went, "It's not bad, only little." I was like, "You fucking lied, though, didn't you, man?" I would believe.
I wondered why you had a gap in the tattaoo.
Eh?
You got a gap in the tattoo now.
I
haven't you?
know,
There's a
that's what I
little-
was panicking about though, because I
Mm.
thought, oh, what if he's took that? But hey, it is what it is. Apparently it's all good. Right, okay. So Leeds United are going up. Does anybody, based on what they've seen of Leeds United this season, give us any hope in the Premier League? Give it me honestly, folks.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
You do, yeah?
Got it off. You've got it. All depends on your recruitment and how you go about your manager as well.
Yeah, there's talk of him being, which I
Yeah,
think is
seen
well
that.
harsh, by the way.
Just a bit.
So you did a stream. I get a little notification for you, Joe. You're the only person I do. I don't even do that for my own channel. And I saw you were talking about that. I thought, God, he'll do a stream on anything for views. This lad's pathetic. And then I went online for the 5 minutes that I did, and I saw it was actually in the mail, and I was like, wow,
Oh yeah.
that's crazy, and actually a terrible thing to even be talking about yet because the
Same,
season hasn't
I
even
agree.
finished.
I agree. Hopefully, it is just clickbait BS, but
And
I'll
it's the
tell-
mail.
But you'll
Yeah,
make a couple of quid out of it anyway, Joe.
Yeah, go on, Joe. Bring the sponsors in. Any
You know what,
donations?
though? People were actually like, "Why are you even reporting on it?" But, well, I'm just reporting on the news, though, right? And this is my livelihood. So if there's a story that needs to be spoken about, I'm going to give you my opinion, whether I believe it's right or wrong. I said, this has been reported. I think it's wrong. What do you want me to do? I went and did a video today about Leeds potentially signing Raheem Sterling based on Paul Merson saying it on Sky we should. I said,
Yeah, that's
Paul
that's what I'm
Merson
talking
says
about.
this. No, we won't.
Get your
You
CBD.
know,
Yeah.
I like I like Leeds United. I know a lot of Blades don't want to hear that. I think your fans are fantastic. I do think you get it right recruitment wise. I do believe you stick with the manager, that'll help. But if you get it right recruitment wise, I really think Leeds have got a far better chance than the 3 teams that went up last season. I think the pull is there as well. It's a one club city. I do think you just need to show a potential new signing round to get the feel of the city. Realise that everyone in this city supports Leeds United. Show them around Ellen Road, which is still a very impressive stadium, and they'll get it if perhaps they're not from, I was about to say, these shores, the UK, and they don't know as much as we do about Leeds United. I do think that they'll actually get it and feel the vibe in the city, and that will make a difference. And I remember Roy Keane talking about this sort of thing when he was manager of Sunderland, saying it was very, very hard to attract the players that he wanted. He had a short list of players that he wanted. He actually named some of them in the press. He wasn't able to get them. They got the lure of London, and and actually, if you look as well, teams from the north, in the Premier League, it's nowhere near as many as it used to be. And I do think the lure of London is a genuine thing. But actually, London's a shithole, and it's a horrible place to go, and it's too busy. And I just think you need to actually, if you get this sort of thing to an agent, you can make those key differences. And it is about selling it to players these days.
100%. Yeah. And we've just, to be honest, had planning permission and stuff from the council to start building. Expanding the stadium and stuff like that. And that's something that as soon as promotion was announced, the 49ers got on because they're all about bringing in the money and they just want to expand it and get more corporate in there because that's how you earn the money, unfortunately, in the modern game. But yeah, Leeds United going up, mixing it with the big boys, hopefully for more than one season because the gap is growing bigger. So we need one of us. Even if it's not us, I want it to be us, but I want at least one of the promoted teams to stay up. Otherwise, we might just be stuck in this constant limbo of top 6 champ or bottom 3 Prem, and then back again, and it might just end up like that. So let's hope. Because you could end up with a situation where top 17's a closed shop, then the 9 in the relegation and top 6, that could then be a closed shop for the rest of the championship, and it just ends up filtering down, and it's not great, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go from Premier League chat to League One chat. Matt, you have discussed the new manager briefly. I know I was sorting out my mic at the time. Are you confident that next season, with the pre-season under his belt, that you can be pushing for the playoffs, or are you expecting a little bit of sort of resetting period in League One?
I'd expect to be challenging for the playoffs. Matt Hamshaw's a risk. He's a first-time manager, but like I said, he's very, very highly thought of as a coach. He was approached by some Premier League clubs as a coach before accepting our job, so it could work. The good thing about having a terrible season is that we're in a good position to take a risk. So if we finish where we are now, we're kind of where we started, so we haven't really lost anything. Whereas if we finish 7th and took a risk, then I think that'd be different. What I've seen so far is positive. The last 2 games, as soon as he got the job permanently, I think he changed things up a little bit to give people chances. So that's why and the squad's really, really thin on the ground. So you can't judge him too much. But the bits I've seen, I'm pretty happy about it. He's a Rotherham lad. He's a Rotherham lad managing Rotherham going into what is our centenary year. So the story for it to work would be brilliant. Football's not always as sweet a story as that, obviously. But look, I don't know. The answer is I don't know. The budget will be reasonable. There's no Birmingham. There's probably not going to be a Wrexham. The teams that are coming down are reasonable, but not going to have Birmingham's budget or even Wrexham's budget. So the league should be a bit easier than it has been this year. And we're good at this level. We've got Rob Scott, who's the director of football recruitment or whatever his stupid title is, has brought in some really, really good players at this level before and worked with Matt Hamshaw as part of Paul Warne's team. So the signs are bright and positive, but I could be sat here in November saying it was a terrible, terrible mistake or in a relegation battle. It really is one of those that could go either way, to be fair.
Love this, George. Where is that town fan who supports the Rhinos? Where is Cossey? He also throws in for a bit of Sheffield Steelers as well. We can't forget that. Is there any teams in Hull that he supports? We'll have to find out when he does eventually arrive. But yeah, listen, Matt, I hope you have a much better season than you did this time. Now that you've been rescued from the shackles of Steve Evans and his big shitty ass, where he likes to shit on himself, you know, get it all up his back. Anyway, that's Steve Evans for you.
I really hope that there's so many people that have no idea of the context, and we just move on.
yeah, exactly. And come on then, mate. Talk to us. I bet you didn't expect the season to go as bad as it has. Obviously, you are still in a relegation battle, massive relegation 6-pointer against Derby at the weekend. How are you feeling going into it, mate? And then I want to hear from you on Joffy and how you're going to buy him and what's being touted about Hull.
Yeah, I think we expected maybe like a mid-table season or something like that. We knew we weren't going to have the same kind of season we had last year because we lost pretty much everybody that was somewhat decent last season. We obviously Rosinia left as well, and rather than bringing in and going in for a safe manager, someone that is tried and tested in the English leagues and understands the system and stuff like that, we decided to go entirely left field and appointed obviously Tim Volter, who had no idea about English football whatsoever, probably still doesn't, didn't get the culture or anything. From what it sounds like from the players and their interviews, he was just an absolutely horrid man. Some of the players barely even spoke to him, which is absolutely horrendous when he's your club manager. Like, if you can't approach your manager, then who can you? And it never worked out. I think he had him in for training for like 23, 24 days in a row or something like that. Casey Palmer didn't see his family for 3 weeks because he had to do training for like 3 weeks in a row. Then he went on international duty, stuff like that. And his sacking came far too late and left too much damage for the next manager to repair. But bringing in Ruben Sayers was huge because he's a great manager and he's shown what he can do with the likes of Reading in League One. They couldn't sign a player for 3 years that he was there. Transfer embargoes, money issues. We know what's going on at that club. And he had him in the top 6. So being able to sort of cultivate a positive atmosphere and mentality in a group of players that you can only really recruit from a youth academy shows that you must be quite a decent manager. And obviously it's in the level below, but taking a step up to the Championship, there were a lot of teams that were looking at him. He's really highly thought of. And he's come in, and to be fair, we can't play the prettiest of football because we don't have the best players, and a lot of injuries have crippled us this season. If we'd have had, Liam Miller, Mohamed Baloumi available for these games under Sayers, we'd probably be nowhere near the bottom 3. Matazo, we brought in, was absolutely fantastic from what he looked like in January. Then he also gets an ACL injury. Louis Barry, vast majority of the Championship were after him. We bring him in, he gets an ACL, a knee ligament injury, and he's out for the rest of the season. So it's just been a bit of a bad luck season mixed with bad decisions. But bringing in Sayers was the big one. If we can just limp over the line this season, I think in summer we'll get the players in that we need to in the positions such as left back and striker, where we really need to reinforce and be okay next season. Because if the league started when we appointed Sayers, we'd be 8th. So it shows that when he's come in, we've really, really turned it around and been like, a top half team in terms of form. So it's just being able to get these last 2 games out of the way. And like Matt was saying earlier, just get this season finished because it's been absolutely horrendous. And
I think that's where I had you. I think I had you in 8th when we did our Sheffield United way pre-season predictions.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think we had us. Yeah, I don't think any of us had us that high. I think quite a few, maybe optimistic ones did, but we just had no goals. Like, we lost Delap, Philogene, Cavalier, Tufan, Seri went, Greaves went, Connolly was released, Tyler Morton obviously went back, all the loanies. We just lost literally every player that we had that was semi-decent.
Chris Bedia, Union Berlin legend.
Chris Bedia, yeah. So he scored a penalty, a tap in, and a deflection, and then we terminated his loan and sent him back because he was absolutely horrendous. But talking about Joffy, yeah, he'd be my number 1 target for the summer. I was quite reserved when we signed him because I thought, he's a promising player, but he doesn't score enough to justify bringing in. We were desperate for goals, but a lot of people were saying, yeah, but he works hard, and every single Leeds fan had positive things to say about him, which I think is a good thing. So he came in and he's relentless. He doesn't stop. He works hard for the team. I think he's far better, and his best position is definitely that number 10 role. He's really wasted when we play him out wide. But in that number 10, he's absolutely brilliant. He runs the show. His interlink passing's really good. His determination, getting in behind, and then obviously those 2 penalties that he scored. I mean, the second one, I was quite surprised that he took both of them. because, you know, sometimes when you've scored one pen, that mind games for the second is quite tough. But he bagged both of them and didn't really look like he was ever going to miss them. And yeah, that's the kind of player you want, like someone who's going to work hard, absolutely just run themselves into the ground for 90 minutes, no matter where you put them on the pitch. It's just a matter of how much he's going to cost us. I think Leeds going up's done us a favour because I don't think they're going to play him at all. And he's obviously going to be wanting to play football. Maybe having the likes of Charlie Hughes and Carl Joseph, who are also Scousers who have come through the Wigan Academy, might be a good way for them to convince him to stay, kind of thing. And they have mentioned it in the press that they've been sort of pushing that in his ear for the last 6 months. So obviously, come here, you know, you'll love it, whatever. But it'll come down to money. And I think a lot of teams in the Championship will probably be looking at him as well. So it will be competition between us and others. And hopefully the fact he's been here already and he doesn't really have to move because he's obviously going to be living in Leeds, and it's close enough that we might be able to get it over the line. But like I say, we don't know what our money situation is in summer. That's probably the biggest standing point. We might have to sell a couple. I don't know, but yeah, I'd love to have Joffrey here next season. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, I think he's on a decent wage as well for his age. Anyway, we signed him in the Premier League, so I don't know that. That's not confirmed, but there was a few in Sam Greenwood, who's at Preston and stuff, that just haven't made the grade at Leeds. And like you say, getting promoted, I think it's a good thing for Leeds that he's gone out and done well, because it means we will be able to get some cash for him. And it's all, we know now with balance sheets and that, it's all pure profit because we got him from Wigan's academy just for a small tribunal fee, I think it was, because they'd just gone under or whatever. So yeah, it'll be all pure profit, as they say, with the old backing profit and sustainability stuff. So yeah, happy days, and I'm glad that he's done well, because he probably wasn't given nowhere near as much of an opportunity, but should have been loaned out sooner. But Bielsa liked to keep all the young players around so that he could basically just play.
Yeah, he said in one of the interviews that came out on All Live earlier, he says he's just enjoyed playing football again.
Yeah,
he said he spent so long just sort of in the periphery of anything that he's come here and he's getting minutes and he's enjoying his football, he's enjoying himself, and obviously he's got 5 goals as well since he's came in January, so he's contributed positively, and he just looks like he's enjoying himself, which is the main thing. And like we say, he's such a young player, but yet he plays with such maturity and some sort of leadership. Like, he leads by example at the front. That press is always initiated by him, and he's just the kind of player you want. If you could have him for the next 3 or 4 years at this level, he'd be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I hope we can strike something because I'd love it.
Yeah, I think you will. I think it'll be all right. Ash, poor result against Stoke. I don't know what you did on Easter Monday, but it's
beat Borough 2-1 at home. First home win since New Year's Day.
Nice.
So yeah, we've had a cracking 4 months of football at Hillsborough. You know, it's been 5 on the. We had lost 5 on the bounce at Hillsborough. It was getting a bit poor, but poor. Baron,
don't say bounce. That's banned word at Hillsborough now, isn't it? You've stopped bouncing. I can remind you why if you like.
No, you're all right.
All right, good, carry on.
Why? What's this? Come on, I don't know.
Oh, brilliant. I love talking about this. Well, It was a beautiful Sunday. Sheffield United, not the favourites, went to Hillsborough expecting a thrashing. We'd take a 6-0 defeat, we were saying before. A strong Wednesday side took to the stage, and the Blades quickly were 2-0 up. Then Wednesday pulled it back to 2-2, and all the fans started bouncing, thinking, this is it. This is going to be the best day of our lives. Is it today, Dad?
Not all.
Is it today? Every single one of them, Ash, the ringleader. And then seconds later...
I wasn't even there, I was ironing.
He was ironing, but in his mind. Anyway, and then Duffy, like out of a cannon, twisted, turning. Leuven's blood was gone. It was all over the place. And then the keeper, don't know who he was, beaten at the near post. Fantastic, right into the roof of the net. Blades fans, they were sent into delirium. And the Wednesday fans, according to Ash, not my words, but Ash's words, never bounced again. And that, Ash, is why you probably don't want to mention the word bounce.
Is this right? Is this right, Ash?
There was some bouncing by some fans. Yes, there was. Yeah, I admit that. And they scored after about 5 seconds of the bounce started. Something daft like that.
There is a
Richard's
video
They
online.
they
won't
have,
be bouncing is the
they have
blunt
bounced
factor for
before. They have bounced since, should we say?
Okay.
If you have a quick look on TikTok, Joe, or something like that, there is videos of it. They are like the stadium is. They're all saying, "Oh, if you don't
Really?
bounce, you're a red."
Don't worry,
And
I've got it saved as a
you're a
bookmark.
blade or
I'll,
whatever.
How have you not seen this, Joe? It was so good.
Joe,
Yeah.
I swear to God, I haven't. The only bounce I've seen is the Huddersfield Town's going, bounce around if you love the town, bounce around, and then they concede as well. And that, but I've not seen this Sheffield United one.
it's
Honestly,
brilliant. It's the best video ever. It's from the Pig's End, and so obviously you can see all the fans are they're really into it, and it's just silenced. It's destroyed. It's
I'd
like
have
you're
to see
actually.
it.
It's like you're watching someone's heart break in real time.
Could someone send me this video, please, if you get an
The
opportunity?
last time I sent you
Well-
a video, you didn't even say a word. So I don't know if I'll be bothering sending any more videos.
When?
I sent you me on Pointless.
Oh yeah, no, I watched it.
Oh, I watched that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Did
good.
you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I-
yeah, of course I did.
yes.
Yeah, you were
How
brilliant.
shit you was, yes. And
Yeah.
I took great pleasure in it, especially from the last 30 seconds of your diatribe that you've just done.
I mean,
Yeah,
actually, to
sorry,
be
no, I
fair,
enjoyed it. I
I
watched
did
it
give you an
all. It was fun.
opportunity
I did.
to
It
move
was
on.
good.
Yeah.
It
Thanks.
was
I had
good.
a great time. I had a really good
I've
laugh.
just
Good giggle on
realised
that.
you've changed your name to Bloke in the Cap. For fuck's sake.
I'm just keeping this going, Joe. Without me, it's a sinking ship.
It is. Well,
Yeah,
it's
so-
good. It's funny you say that because we're going to be joined by someone who's gonna lift the mood once more and see us through to this hour mark. I'm sure of it. It's the one, the only Hannah's fella, Mr. Cossie Man.
Yeah, guys, I heard someone mention Pointless, which brings me nicely to Huddersfield Town's Easter.
Oh,
Mate,
mate, you wouldn't make money. I had Stockport on my Acker guitar.
I know. Well, Cambridge, you know how good Cambridge are. They've been relegated, haven't they? But yeah, they've managed to win against us. Honestly, I just can't. Let's talk Easter eggs, because in Morrison's today, right, they're half price, and I knew they would be. I've so steamed in for like Kit Kat. I got 4 of them. I took them home to mum and dad. And like, there you go. Like, they should have said, why didn't you buy me one last week? Because it was full price, mum. Anyway, what's happening in the world of football? Yeah,
Nothing. You
Al,
just
Finished me
missing
about you, mate.
missing
Georgina,
Hals.
There's another one, part of the Cossie fan club. She was asking where you were.
Joe, congrats, mate. I was looking out for you with all that smoke and all flares and stuff, but I saw someone with his top off by Bremner statue, but he had about 15 boobs, so it can't have been you, Joe. I know you've got a good body and that, but yeah. Mate,
Will
it
you
looks-
be Cossie? Will you be? You work in Leeds, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Luckily, my boss had a week off. He watches this show. He couldn't have picked a better week for him and for me, really. But
Because
yeah,
there's a parade on Monday, so hopefully I'll see you there with your rhino's top on, eh?
mate, I'm going to one. I'm playing Hull. Leeds and Hull tomorrow, innit? But yeah, deserved, Joe. At least you can celebrate it right this time, mate. Because remember last time with COVID, although to be fair, it didn't put anyone off. Do you remember last time? Everyone still come out, didn't they? All masks were on and Boris were there. Next
Yeah, I was
slide, please.
thinking-
New
I'll
slide,
tell you a
please.
story about
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
So the LUFC Supporters Trust sent out to all podcasts and that from the club, please observe social distancing, put out the message, don't have people outside the ground and that. Right, sound. Okay? So I'm sat at home, don't do it, COVID, everyone. Then on the day of the game, there's a bus being pictured
The
outside
bus,
the
yeah,
road with
that
"We
bus
Are
come.
Champions,"
Yeah.
and everyone's going, "Is that real? Surely not." Then
Yeah.
I was actually in contact with the player who plays for Barrow now, and he messaged me on Instagram and said, "Joe, get your send down." And I never went. And then when full time happened, they brought out the trophy onto this bus and that, and were like that outside the ground. And I was sat at home, like watching it, thinking, "You bastards!" Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
told me
Joe.
to tell everyone not to bother.
I've been followed on Twitter by that HLTCO. That means I could go viral. I could have a new world of influencing now. Al, you're an influencer, mate. Them hats I like, but how'd you become an influencer, Joe? Come on, I could be viral now, mate.
It'll be a sad day when Cossie outgrows this show.
Yeah, I
He
might be
won't take
kicked
our
off it.
calls. But
I
I
haven't
remember
listened
Cosy.
Premier League though, Joe. He might be booting us all off. It might just be a
No, we keep
Bournemouth, Southampton. Yeah,
He'll be that Goldbridge guy, won't he? He'll be talking.
Yeah.
And the Liverpool guy fella. Yeah.
it'll be called Champions League rivals. They'll be having like Inter Milan on and Barcelona, and they'll be all. You remember us, League One? Yeah, no. Yeah, Matt, I told you, didn't I? Matt, I'm sure, but you were like, nah, it's a bounce, mate. Know your stuff, mate. Tony Stewart, I would take a ring him up, won't I? Get him in sorted, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what your agenda is, guys, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm just watching the Chef Wednesday fans bouncing around. Someone's just saying
I wonder who.
with the blades above them as well. That is unbelievable.
It's the
That is
best moment,
unbelievable.
I think, since the Earth was formed.
Oh,
It's certainly
Yes,
my
John, yes, I
favourite.
am. Yeah, I am on about Robbie Gotts. That is true. He's an avid watcher of the channel, he's old Robber. Right, okay. Let's... Cossie, give us a topic to talk about.
That's how we're doing it now, Joe.
Yes.
You've officially given up.
Yes, because everyone's spoken and Cossie... Come on, Cossie, talk to us.
topic I think should be Sheffield United. Are they going to do it now? Because
Can I just say, someone asked in the comments what I've got written behind. That is my show prep for my radio show, and that is the show laid out, right? And I, as someone who regularly hosts radio shows, have just witnessed Joe do the only thing we're ever told in broadcasting never to do. And I actually, the balls, the gumption, I love it. And I am going to try it tomorrow. I'm going to have my guest on, and I'm just going to say, what should we talk about? And I'll just sort of sit back. Over to you.
So scrub all that ink off on the back.
Yeah,
And just say, ask guest what he wants to talk about.
Hal, you've either got it or you haven't, mate. What can I say? That's
is it in Cypriot or in English? What is it in? Which language?
Well, Cypriot's not a language.
Oh, right, okay.
They speak Greek. But it's in, because you missed all the big gossip. We had a duck on earlier. We had a lot of accusations aimed at Joe. He stuck it out, but he took all the flack. Then he pulled it out. Then he blew on it. Then he stuck it back in. I'm in Bahrain. I know, mate. It's, there's not.
So
it's
why
not
are you doing a
coincidence these are
show?
blue.
Why are you doing a show in Bahrain?
Oh, you don't think the Bahrainis deserve quality entertainment, Joe? Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're giving?
Hal, your headphones look like what our groundsman wears when he's mowing wicket out here.
Why just me? Ash has got the same ones.
Oh, sorry, Ash. It must be a Sheffield thing, innit? Do you get 2 for price of 1 on podcasts or what? What's going on here?
Yeah, what people don't know is Ash and I actually live together. And this is all just
Yeah, is it next room? Yeah.
It's a big ruse. We pretend that I'm about to say we hate each other. We don't even pretend we hate each other. I don't hate Ash at all.
He was doing Hal's ironing at the game.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's an upstairs, downstairs kind of thing. I smell a sitcom. Ash, if we don't make it, Channel 5 will.
Yeah.
But no, talk to me. Why are you in Bahrain doing a show?
Who cares? That's so boring. I'm doing my job.
No, we want to talk about our Sheffield United bottled it. That's what we want to talk
about.
Right,
I'll tell you about my job. Good shout. Just mute Ash. I work for British Forces Broadcasting Service, so wherever the military go, I go. I'm basically a hero.
If you watch the Pointless video, he'd know that, Hal. I'll stick up for you on that.
Good shout, Ash. It is actually mentioned my job.
Biggest thing this week has been everyone getting St. George's Day wrong. I can't believe it. For such a big thing, everyone's like happy St. George's Day, but it's not. It's been moved. How can you move for St. George's Day? It's unbelievable,
Joe,
isn't it?
You don't need to ask Cozzy to set a topic. It will just happen.
It's not. Everyone was saying happy God save the king and all that. I'm like, no, it's not until Monday. They're like, shut up. Mate, even I got that right.
And it will continue. You don't even need to prompt
Don't even celebrate St. George's Day. They all celebrate St. Paddy's Day, and I'm like, what?
So, Joe,
I swear to God, you get people going out for Paddy's Day that aren't even Irish.
St. George's Day, and you might win league on St. George's Day, Joe. How old does that make you feel, mate? Eh? Come on.
Do you know? I've got on my Apple calendar. It said it was yesterday, Cossa.
No, it was meant to be, but they moved it or something to do with clash or something. I don't know if it's clash with Arsenal and Palace or what, but no, I don't know. But no, Joe, I tell you what sums up modern football a lot though. Not Man City's £71 ticket price, but your lads pictured in a pub and they all had glasses of Coca-Cola, didn't they, and water. I mean, back in the day, like they'd be like 10 pints deep, wouldn't they? Like Norman Hunter and all them guys. But,
did you see Patrick Bamford starting off the chant about Chris Wilder, everyone?
Yeah.
How good
Very
was
good.
that? It was absolute.
Yeah,
brilliant.
but it loses points because didn't Wilder come out today and say something like he's rang him and apologised for it? Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to do a chant like that, then stick with it. Don't be like, oh,
Mm.
hi, Chris.
Well,
Yeah, I know, mate. I'm sorry I did a chant about it. I'm real sorry.
He's posh though, isn't he, man? You got to cut him some
Yeah,
slack.
he is.
He did say
Sorry.
something about it. It didn't bother him that much, apart from the language, the name that he called him.
Yeah, what?
If you give it, you take it, and all that. Which is
Yeah.
Why? What did he call him? I saw a video. I didn't hear what he said. What did he call him?
Wanker.
It's a wanker, wasn't it?
I didn't know if I could say that word, so I was gonna...
Spanish, wanker. Yeah.
Joe,
Malaga had a player called Juan Carlos. They called him Wanker and all on the back of his shirt. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe that.
Someone asked if I could put the pointless link in the chat. I can't. But I've put it in the private. So if you can put it in, then someone can figure out. You can watch it later. Keep watching this, obviously. Smash a like. Subscribe to Sheffield United Way.
Are you staying up? We've got, so in our cricket team, got a couple of Hull City card holders in there. They're still not sure, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've the Hull City before the international break, yes. And then we've come back from the international break, a completely different team. We've only won twice since the break. I think it was against Sheffield Wednesday, and then obviously the one on the weekend. But yeah, if we beat Derby, we're good, and I think we can. I just I don't know.
Is that Al there? In that
Don't put
green
it.
shirt?
Yeah, don't actually play it.
Is that Al in that green shirt? Al, and that pointless.
Yes.
That's you, isn't it?
It's right. There we go.
Oh, now.
Go now.
I won't spoil the surprise. It is in the chat. You can see how he does. Obviously, he's a radio presenter. He gets asked questions about music. Should be easy.
Easy jackpot win. Easy.
Very
Here
easy.
we go.
Yeah.
Should be very easy.
While you were all in your bedrooms listening to compact discs, I was out there shagging.
Obviously not to was it Ollie Murs' album? Or
Or Paolo Nutini. I would have got a Paolo
Yeah.
Nutini one.
Yeah.
It was George Ezra and Paolo Nutini, I think.
Yeah. Autumn leaves. I do like a bit of Paolo Nutini, to be fair. Do you know where
Di
he's
Canio
from?
were better when he pushed Alcock over. You remember him when he fell over? What an absolute pathetic that, wasn't it?
He was on Under the Cosh, that referee, I think, wasn't
No.
They will literally have anyone on, won't they?
he?
Yeah, they're running out of guests now, aren't they, on that?
Yeah. Oh, can we get a linesman? That'll be good.
Have you listened to Friday Club, though? On Under the Cosh. It is the best show on the podcasting world. So it's every Friday. No, I'm serious. Every Friday. And it's them three. And basically they are agony ants. So people will write in or send in voice notes or stories. And they give their opinion on it. But there is some mad stories. And if you haven't listened to it, you need to. Because you can just listen to the full back catalogue. Because when I found it, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go back and listen to all these. But they get some mad ones.
We need to get Cossie to send something in.
Yes, we do. Yeah. There's some brilliant ones.
I'm a minor celebrity on a local podcast, and I'm getting hounded by the middle-aged women. If you're middle-aged women, I don't know.
I was going to say, speak for you. These are young. These are like Georgina Ward there. I don't think she's middle-aged. We've got Hannah. So, yeah, I mean, he's a house. Yeah.
Not a housewife's favourite. He's a young woman's favourite, isn't he?
Yeah. Cossie, where are you today?
I'm at York. They're just it's his first game on Saturday, mate. But we're we've got to film his games, so I've got to sort it all out. But mate, the days of pen and paper are long gone. You should see it now. It's good, and my fridge is stocked up, mate. They've got me stocked up here, so I'll show you what I've got here for Saturday.
Hang on.
How do I do it? I don't understand how I do this here, but
We had this last year.
I've got so I've got.
Oh, you've gone up.
Get that Pepsi.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Improved.
Milk. Water. And what about these? Digestives.
This is really making me feel at home. I could do this. I could do this with the fridge out here, and it would actually be interesting things that you've never seen before. But let's see some digestives and a Pepsi.
So do you actually play Cossie, no?
No, I'm scorer, mate. So, like, I just go like that. You know, like if there's a 4, we go like that, or like that for a no ball or a wide. It's an important job. You've got to get up.
Did we all get that? Everyone who's been watching cricket all our lives.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? I don't know, but
You know what? Hal,
Do you
you
flip
used to
the
have a
scoreboard
cricket
over as well?
podcast.
Did I used to have a cricket podcast? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, good
Yeah.
knowledge.
oh, you've had everything, mate. I want your autobiography, man.
Because he stopped spreading rumours.
John, he's also written a book.
What?
I
I've got
have written a yeah, and
And
a Guinness World
What is it,
Record.
Joe?
a Guinness
It's
World
called
Record holder, isn't it?
Shallow Hole.
Shallow Hal.
Shallow
Al is
Hal.
gonna kill. He's gonna there's
What's
a
it
lad
called,
for our
bud?
team. There's a lad who didn't play last week. He's gonna kill me for years. But bollocks, I'll say it. He could not play last week because he had an air transplant and he couldn't get his helmet on his head because his hair.
I don't know why you're I don't know why you're telling me that story, Cosy. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Mate, it's unbelievable. But he's playing this week. He showed me his hair tonight. It's grown, so he's all right. He can put his lid on his head now. But yeah,
Well, I'm very pleased for him. I don't see how that's
Yeah.
relevant
no,
to what we're talking
I'm
about.
not saying it aimed at anyone. I'm just saying.
No, you're not.
No,
Good. I'm glad.
no.
Glad
Where's
you
Joe
brought that
gone?
up.
He's
I
not putting
don't
his.
know.
I haven't seen his
I'll
tattoo on his head.
Joe's sacked Hurston off tonight. He's had enough.
That's it.
It's,
Oh, you bought my book. Yeah, so Sim and Hal
What?
Stewart. There you go.
Is this true?
What?
This is. Hope you enjoy the book, Joe. Keep up the good work and go the Whites. But from Sim and Hal. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, Sim,
What's it about?
Sim's my best friend. When we were in Gibraltar, we decided to write a book about the rock of Gibraltar and some of the
Oh.
stories of things that have happened inside it and turn it into a horror story. It should have been a film, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I don't know who would
have you
play.
been contacted by Scorsese yet?
Ant's face.
Hey, I tell you who I met yesterday. Because you'll like this because it's weird. I
Ooh.
met the woman, you know, Columbia Pictures, the woman who holds the torch.
Oh yeah.
I met her.
How old is she?
She's not young. She's called Jenny. She's lovely. She's from Kent.
Oh. Yeah. Did you get any good Easter eggs at all?
Great. Love it. Move on.
Ash, how did it go? How many eggs at end?
834, mate. 834
Oh.
in the end. And I've delivered them all last week to a couple of Sheffield children's charities and a food bank as well. Well, I've got the last ones to deliver
Amazing.
tomorrow. So, yeah. But thank you very much for letting me chat about it. Cheers.
Very well done, Ash. That's great. You wouldn't even let me have a second there when I met someone really interesting because that was the highlight, the only thing I had to bring to the table tonight. Couldn't even let me have 10 seconds. That's someone that everyone in the world has seen, but no one knows her. No one knows her name. Met her.
Who
Yeah,
is
Had an Indian girl with her.
Who is she?
I had some
Jenny
banter.
from the
At,
block.
I went to hygienist today. I went to dentist today, and I've got to have a root canal. And woman said to me, it sounds like a gag, but this is true. She said it's going to be quite painful. That, and I said, look, it's no problem. I've had a season card at Huddersfield Town this season. She was laughing her head off, but yeah, I've never. No, it sounds like I've just made that up, like I'm doing sitcom, but that was said. And then she said £89. £89
I'd watch
for the
it.
clean for the hygienist. £89 to get you. What a waste of money that is, isn't it? Just a
Cosy,
bit-
can I write your sitcom?
Yeah, I just lost the words that I don't know what the young youth use for chatting up. Like you've got aura or something. If that's your chat up lines, you're trying to
No, it's him.
crack on with those,
No, but
Got Riz.
but
that is how it is. Riz.
ooh, but electric toothbrush that I mentioned earlier on in the season,
remember, yeah,
it's
yeah.
worked really well. She's very impressed with it. There were only a couple of bits where it had a bit of blood or something now, so she says it's improved about 80% by using that electric toothbrush. So guys, if you're in doubt, come on, get your oral V or whatever it is called. I forgot what it is, but yeah.
The best bit about all that was that's the first time Cossey's mentioned Huddersfield since he's come on the show.
Mate, it's that bad. Huddersfield B team were in a final against Mansfield. It's almost the Papa John Trophy of B team finals, so it's not even a good final. They were at home to Mansfield. The only time that, like, this season all good could have happened, and they went 1-up and lost 2-1. Honestly, even B team can't win a game. It is like the world is ended, man.
You had an ex-Wednesday player on the bench, didn't you? Joey Pooty. He's just been.
Are we
Yeah.
all just going to let Oral V go? We're not going to do anything with that. We're happy with that, are we?
No, what's it called?
Oral
Don't
B.
say it again. Don't say it. It's Oral B, isn't it? Which
Yeah, Oral B. Sorry, yeah.
one of them sounds like something that should not be broadcast at this time, and one of them's a very well-known toothbrush company.
Oral B.
Welcome to the football podcast.
Oh,
There is no football.
We get about 20 minutes of football at the start, and then it's just.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I'm
same,
very happy with
same. And to be honest, again, we've had over 500 plus this week. It was same last week. The numbers are definitely rising. A lot of people are watching it. I think people they just like Yorkshire folk just chatting shit, basically. That's what they like.
So what you're saying is next season we're not even going to talk about football at all.
Yeah, no. I definitely won't. Anyway, I'll be getting beat every weekend, so I won't. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the Matt effect from Joe. You know, it's been a couple of years. It'll be in the making, and then it'll just be.
Hey, Joe, will you be able to go that? What's it called? That the overlap and that, or do they not do that now with all fans and stuff?
No, they do, but it won't. Yeah.
Is it going to be that Connor bloke?
Well, it's
is this some Leeds United podcast beef?
Yes, Nick sent me a message. I was in this massive mall today in Bahrain. Nick sent me a message going, "You seen Joe and Connor have got beef?" I went, "Mate, I've got hardly any data. Do you think I'm going to use the little bit of data I've got to FaceTime my wife or to have a look at beef between two Leeds United podcasters?"
I don't have beef with no
and
beef.
yes, the answer was yes to look at the beef between two Leeds United
I was quite surprised actually because I went and did a content day with Green King Sport. I don't know if you've seen all the videos going up and stuff. And when I seen that they had Leeds and Sheffield United there, I did expect to turn up and just see Hal and Joe there. And then they had obviously that Connor, and then I think the Blades Ramble or something. Is it?
Never heard of him. Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know who they are.
Don't know. I think you're just making up words.
But yeah, look, at the end of the day, they don't give it to normal blokes like me. Do you know what I mean?
I went.
That's true. That's fair. Wow. Sorry, I apologise. Yeah.
Oh, mate, do you know what? Can we just
that gig's
Can
not
we just right? Last night, I was at an Indian restaurant with the woman from the Columbia thing who holds the torch. No big deal. It's the most amazing thing that's ever happened to most people, but that's fine. So I was chatting with her, and there was this really, really lovely, her son, really lovely guy, and he's married this beautiful woman. She's from India, and the guy was sat next to me, got up midway through the meal, and just disappeared for like 10 minutes. So there was just no one next to me. I was like, oh, obviously I'm not good chat. Fair enough. He's gone. And then I see him in the corner chatting with this Indian man. So I turned to the Columbia woman and her son, Chris, and I said, oh, the bloke who's next to me, he's just been over there talking to some bloody waiter for 10 minutes. And they go, that's not the waiter. Chris goes, that's my brother-in-law. And I just assumed, because we're in an Indian restaurant, which is not easy to say, this Indian guy worked there. And he was one of the guests on our table, of very prestigious guests. And when he came over, they all went, oh, this is Hal. He thinks you work here.
Oh,
How do you recover from that?
Yeah, that's not great. Low-key racism as well there, Hal, for you.
I don't think so, because I think if I was in India and there was a white guy in the McDonald's, I would be like, oh, he works here.
No, I don't think I would. No, definitely.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe I've not really thought that through.
No, you haven't.
I hadn't really thought it through. I am quite sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Anyway, totally messed up there.
Because he could have easily gone, oh, because I'm Indian, that means I work in an Indian, does it?
Well, everyone that worked in there was Indian. It was an Indian restaurant. You know.
Yeah, that's why Al's changed his name now, because he wants to get, that we know the real reason now. Can't be identified. The bloke in the cap.
Yeah, man. Well, all fun and games, folks. It's all fun and games, of course. As we always do, we start with football, chat, and then we all just give a score prediction for our games at the weekend. So let's quickly do that as we finish up. And you can start us off, mate. Hull City versus Derby.
All right, it's a big one, isn't it? It's a big one. I think even a point does us if Luton lose, because they're the half-12 kickoff, but I just think it'd be too nervy. I think we will go for it. We've been actually quite decent at home the last 5, so I'm going 2-1 win.
Good man. And say, do you know what? I really want Derby to go down so I can stick it to the second tier lads as well. Because they're both Derby fans, aren't they? So
I think you shared that sentiment shared across everybody. On
yeah,
social,
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. So
All right,
I
rub
really
it in,
want to
Joe.
stick
You
it.
won't have to bother with them two, will you?
True. That
You
is
could put
true.
in the unfollow thing or whatever, or block or whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. Leeds play Bristol City. Bristol City are going good. However, we have a great record against them. We'll be riding the crest of the wave. I think we beat them 2-1. No, actually 2-0. 2-0. We'll keep another clean sheet. We're flying at the minute. Kieran, who is an avid watcher, who's also a Bristol City fan, says 2-1 Bristol on Monday. Sorry, mate.
They're firing. They're. Did you see their limbs other week? Bristol City. They seem to be on a bit of a wave of.
They do.
Yeah.
Imagine
They
Bristol
could be-
City getting promoted. That'd be a turn up.
Yeah,
event,
they're
wouldn't
huge.
it? Yeah, it'd be
Mad.
massive. Ash, come on then. Score prediction, my man.
Portsmouth at home. Like I said before, we've been crap at home, but we won on Bank Holiday Monday. 1-0 Wednesday against Portsmouth. Yeah, not much to be happy about at the minute. So yeah, I'll just take a 1-0.
We can hear it in your voice, mate. Don't worry about it. In your voice. Yes, Cossie, come on then.
The
Huddersfield.
most pointless game in football history will be taking place at Exeter on Saturday. Exeter and Huddersfield, nice local derby. Nothing riding on it. It should have been everything riding on it. And it's going to end with no goals and a waste of time.
How will you get a bit of form going into the playoffs? Who have you got, mate? What's the score?
Stoke away. Do you know what else happened at this restaurant with the woman who holds the torch in the Columbia pictures? A rat ran under the table, and it was like a king rat. Like I've never seen a rat as big. It was like a small dog. And I should just let you know, I am phobic, absolutely phobic of rodents. And I had my knees like Sideshow Bob in that car up to my ears. I was absolutely terrified. And I was wearing shorts as well. So I felt like these are extra exposed. I'm going to get eaten. So then I was on high alert for the rest of the meal with the woman from the Columbia who holds the torch. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. 3-0 Blades.
3-0 Blades. There you go. Matt, who have you got and will you win?
We've got a game that's even less interesting than Huddersfield game. We've got 13th against 14th in League One.
Oh.
Moved to Sunday, big time.
What?
But they're playing tonight against Birmingham. Anyway, we're going to 1-1 probably, but I don't think us Stevenage fans care, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you. Sorry.
On to next season.
The Steve Evans derby.
The Steve Evans derby. Yeah.
Or the ex-Steve Evans derby.
The difference is they like him. So that's the difference.
There you go. Well, that is it, folks. Another great show. Plenty of football chat, as you were. And we will be back next Thursday. Then the season will be coming to a close after that, I think. So you won't see us for a summer. But yeah, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to all these amazing channels, which is, if I can remember off the top of my head,
record. A new record. Wow.
Take That Chance, which is Cossie's channel, has gone. To Hull and Back, which is Ant North and his channel. We've got Wednesday
Blades Ramble. Don't forget. Subscribe to Blades Ramble.
Subscribe to the Sheffield United Way, and of
That's
course,
it.
New York Talk and the Just Your Football Show. And we shall see you in a bit, folks. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.